We open up episode 18, April 8th, 0088. Hey, in Morocco, southern Morocco to be specific. It has been over half a month since we last saw our heroes. In that time, you have successfully run the hell away from the Axis, and you are currently defending the southern approaches to Gibraltar. Skyrov, you are currently, along with everyone else, in a creaky old office building. As you know, the fan above you thrums away, wobbling and with every rotation. Working very hard is the only form of ventilation in this entire building. In front of you is a form.
Spare Skyrov.
Yeah, you're Skyrov.
Sorry, but I literally had just taken a sip of something. Could you repeat the very last sentence? Because, like I said, I had taken a sip of something and just zoned out into the bliss of drinking water.
Glorious water. Waterheads.
Coach, I'm gonna drink some water now.
Someone suffering caffeine withdrawals. Anyways, there was a form right in front of you.
A what?
A form. Paperwork.
Ah, okay. I thought you said forum, and I was like, where am I?
Come on,
Okay,
we gotta
what
go
is-
stop Caesar.
What's the paper?
It's currently a battalion report regarding ammunition expenditures. I'd like you to make
Skyrov.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Skyrov just sighs as he reads this over again. Just fucking the life has been sucked out of him by this punishment detail for something he didn't do.
Since that day in March, you have experienced zero combat despite the 4 actions the battalion has gotten into since. Most of your sorties have consisted of, Hunt goes to a place with all of you, sends you out with messages, and then you essentially been relaying them. You're dispatch riders for the most part.
Skyrov has started putting feelers out to see how easy it would be to transfer back to the Republic of Zeon and the Gruffly Grenadier. Because this is not what he signed up for.
It has also been extremely dangerous work.
Indeed. And it is not what he signed up for.
Yeah, you've almost got killed by rocket artillery 3 times already. Shit sucks.
And again, he firmly knows why he's here. This is not a case of he's wondering how this happened. And if he was an angrier person, he would be taking it out on the people he feels are responsible. Instead, he just mopes about, sulks, and when he's alone, cries. And today, he just stares at the paperwork, just rubbing his forehead, and starts working on it.
Okay, Tenshi. First off, that's not how this worked. He signed up to fight Axis, and they didn't put him in a squad of war criminals. They put him in a squad of soon-to-be war criminals, which is a very important distinction.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure he
I was
can.
about to
I'm sure
say.
that will comfort him as he
We
cries
weren't war
himself to
criming
sleep.
until he showed up. Hold on.
You know, that's actually true. This is his fault somehow. That's what changed, and that's the most recent change.
I'm sad to say it, and I know this isn't fair, but this is probably who would get the official blame, but Clyde would, even though it's not fair, because that's how this works typically.
So what did you want me to roll?
Keen investigate.
That is a 5 under 8.
You see in the form about ammo expenditures, you should last, if the tempo of combat remains consistent, 3 more weeks? Maybe 4?
He
The
reads over it a few more times.
just to
Just-
double check.
Sighs.
Oop. I am getting a call. I will need to be back with you in a second. Wait one. And we're back. Sorry, that was my mother, and as we all know, we can't ignore her. Where were we?
We were at Skirov doing paperwork, I believe.
Ah, yes.
He just rolled and learned something.
With the fan and with a single fan as the air conditioning in the room. I believe in you, fan. Air conditioning for the entire building.
Skyrov, you hear the snap open of a lighter.
He won't even look. He'll just keep doing the paperwork.
And then you hear Patch from Lieutenant Commander Hunt.
Patch will look up as he's, I guess, in this room apparently.
You all are doing paperwork.
Good to know. Oh, I'm also doing paperwork.
You're looking over after action reports currently, Patch. And then you see Hunt say as she's lighting up a cigarette, another pot of coffee.
All right.
We'll
I
get a move on.
suppose this is what my job is now. I don't say that aloud. I'm not saying that aloud. Patch will go. What? Yeah. Hey, I have a 5 in composure now. I started out with a 0. I hope you guys are proud of me. I didn't mark it on the sheet.
Oh, that reminds me. Failed composure last time. I failed composure last time, right?
I don't know.
I think you did.
Yeah, I should have done the improvement. Give me a sec. Okay, that is now from a bad composure to a reasonable composure.
Anyway, if you want me to roll
Congratulations.
composure, it's 5 now. But otherwise, I'm getting Hunt another pot of coffee, I guess.
The real composure improvement MVP for Anne is that she has changed out her baggage that forces her to re-roll it.
A Patch. It's about a 5-minute walk into one of the mess halls. How are you feeling about how things have been going?
Patch has been very quiet, very respectful, not resisted anything that any new changes to his position or station or responsibilities. However, inside he feels deeply insulted. I mean, he's been processing what the implications of what he did were, and he's still. I'm trying to fucking monologue. You can't say that; it will distract me. He's still sort of going back and forth, I guess, on how exactly he feels about what he did, and he's just trying to reassure himself that, like, okay, maybe it wasn't the best thing to do, but he was still fighting for the right reasons, and he was still doing the right thing. I mean, he can't afford to have not been doing the right thing. Otherwise, then what Clyde said about bloodlust, that's not true. So, he's a little insulted, I guess, that he objectively won against a very powerful enemy, and this is how the reception has been. But he's not making any of that known.
I see. And regarding your duties in combat, how have you been feeling about that, being a dispatch rider?
Again, it feels a bit like he feels like he definitely got off easy, especially since dishonorable discharge is being tossed around, so he's not going to complain. That does not change the fact that he thinks that all he's done really is shown his skill in combat. So why is he being, focused away from where that skill could be best applied? He's here to fight for Karaba, and he'll do whatever is needed of him to further that cause, and he can see how this is helpful and important work. But, he's a combat pilot. He's supposed to be fighting on the front lines. This is a little demeaning.
I have a question, Patch.
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered how that sentence is kind of illogical, considering who the battalion commander is?
Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
Sorry, that might be a Vincent being stupid.
No. Patch being a hypocrite is like fine. He's allowed to be a flawed human being. I'm just wondering if Patch has made that connection.
I mean, I think he has, like, again, like I said, he recognizes, I guess, the significance of it, and that it's important, and he does like that the unit is now directly under the supervision of Hunt. He thinks that is maybe not exactly an honor, but due to the circumstances, but still, that's a big deal. Hunt is somebody who he looked up to a lot when he first joined, so that's cool. But still, this isn't really what he wants to be doing, I guess.
I see. You get a pot of coffee from the mess hall when you come back.
Cool.
Clyde, when Patch comes back, you are talking with Hunt, and she's going over. You see this right here? Putting down the piece of paper.
Yes.
It's a disciplinary report. About specifically, when discipline in Karaba is quite lax compared to the EFF, correct? We all know this.
Yeah.
And in this instance, someone went out on a bender in town and basically destroyed someone's car. And she looks down, and so it is your job as an officer to make sure things like this don't happen. At the same time, you see her give a look around, just because we are required to oversee the men does not mean we are tyrants. What would you, Clyde, think is the right balance of supervision?
Probably not hovering directly over them, but definitely not letting this slide.
So, say for example, let me think. One of your pilots was engaging in, and let's just call it contraband transactions on the down low. At what point do you have to intervene?
Probably immediately, unless it's pertinent to the survival of
No,
Karaba's all.
Karaba, actually, Clyde, the other way around. You do not intervene unless it is pertinent to Karaba's survival. Because quite frankly, it is not yours and mai's job to go after every single porn mag inside these units. That is the job for NCOs. And quite frankly, hey, I don't care what anyone needs to do to get their creature comforts. It becomes a problem when someone is either blowing off their entire paycheck or your black market dealers are selling things they really, really shouldn't. You know, a bottle of booze is one thing, but selling mobile suit parts is another. You understand the difference?
Yes.
Excellent. She looks at her watch. That should be it for today. She rubs her eyes and stands up. Well, I wish all of you an excellent dinner. She starts walking out of her office and opens up the door to let you all out.
Skyrim just gets up immediately, salutes, and then walks out without saying anything to anyone else.
Good work today, everyone.
I think Patch probably just does much of the same.
Clyde probably lingers a bit and kind of enjoys the paperwork and not having to listen to his thoughts.
Sorry.
You all right?
Sorry, I think I just swallowed down the wrong fucking pipe. Yeah.
Don't do that. That's bad.
And as you walk out, Hunt says, Private Ann, can I talk to you for a second?
And looks at her and nods.
You see everyone else walk away. And you, of course, besides your one of the MPs, Sergeant Butte. And Hunt looks over and he says, "So, I notice you aren't exactly taking to this chance."
Chance?
She points over to the office. All of this.
And blinks. I presume that the fan turns in silence, trying its best trying its best to cool the entire building down on its own.
You know, Lan spoke highly of all of you. You do know this, right?
Right, rather than relying on that vocalization, I should say that it was a non-commit, that it was a vague grunt.
Honestly, I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
How am I supposed to do myself a service?
Well, you could start or trying to take to the task at hand. You know,
I'm
oh,
not sure I understand what you mean.
you know,
I've been doing the task.
Anne, I can see it in your eyes that you look positively miserable. I think you're thinking about this entirely wrong. You know,
And how is that?
you have to make the most of your situation, whatever it is. But you seem resigned and to just sort of let life go by you. You know, if you do this well enough, and you know, redeem yourself, of you could very well get your old rank back.
Alright, this is where I have to ask. The past half a month, how has the general attitude been around both Anne and Patch?
So, you guys don't get to talk to H Company a lot of the day, a lot of the time. But from what everyone can tell, H Company and the battalion, but especially H Company, are absolutely agonized over what happened. They hate that this has it's come to this. Like they feel for you. Whereas, you know, the regiment thinks first team H Company has finally gone fully crazy.
You know, that is better than I was expecting.
Well, it turns out for the battalion, when you single-handedly keep solving all of their combat problems, they tend to start to like you.
Damn, enough to look at the war crime and go, enough to look at the war crimes and go, you know, I can accept that this happened once.
So long as it doesn't happen again.
You know, if Lance had been there, it wouldn't have happened. So it's not really first team's fault. It's Naz's fault.
Exactly.
So true.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Titans
true.
car bombed the wrong
If only
guy.
Cookie Ice was here.
Exactly. I'm glad you saw that too, Go.
Yeah.
So, where are we? Hunt says to you, well, so long as you're in this unit, you have a responsibility, correct? To Karaba and the unit, right?
Right.
And this is a service you're putting on for all the peoples of the Earth and space, right?
Right.
So if you were to insult Karaba, for example, and you'd essentially be insulting the people of Earth and space the Federation government, and Karaba as a whole. Right?
Right.
So if you insult yourself by not taking the opportunities is presented to you, you insult Karaba and by extension, all of humanity, including lands.
Okay, that stings slightly. Is my out of character comment about how she feels about it.
So I don't want to see you letting life pass you by.
It's a little hard to. She tries to find the words and they don't really come.
Take your time. I'm private. I can stand here all day.
It's a little hard to summon the energy to keep going.
With that, Hunt says, "Why are you fighting then? If you don't mind my asking."
And looks past her. I don't really know how to answer that question.
And that's your problem. You know, there's something I told Lance quite frequently. Well, I'll around when I was 11 or so, that there's nothing worse than someone who doesn't believe in anything. And you're experiencing why that is. You know, I might not be the paragon of motherhood, but I think I at least got that lesson that you should have some convictions. Even if they're as simple as seeing your friends live another day. Or a job well done. Do you understand?
Anne gets a look on her face like she's trying to grasp it.
And you know, as you're slumping, you see Hunt take your shoulders and like prop you up and says, "Chin up, up, up. You're a soldier of Karaba. Can't be looking down. Now go on. Remember, respect yourself, off, and you respect your uniform. So long as you're in this unit, you owe it to everyone next at your side to be your absolute best self."
Anne nods to this, but she does not speak in return.
Patch, Skyrov, Clyde, you're in the mess hall. You're eating.
All right.
Currently, you're eating what is generously described as spaghetti and marinara with cut up sausages.
I imagine it's quite awkward. Not the spaghetti marinara. I mean the over at the dinner table here.
Oh no, Skyrov's not with you. Skyrov's off in a corner by himself.
Oh, okay. Have fun over there. I didn't say that.
He's
That
just
was me.
hunched over his food, not looking at you all, face towards the corner, eating.
Patch is kind of wishing he could be also doing that right now. He's just kind of avoiding Clyde's gaze.
Clyde's just staring into the spaghetti.
I imagine they haven't really talked much since the incident.
Probably not.
You got any idea when we're gonna see real combat again?
I don't know. They'll need us eventually.
I hope.
I don't.
What, are you enjoying this?
No. But it's better for you and Anne.
I don't necessarily agree with you, but I guess I can see why you think that.
Two shouldn't
I
be
think
fighting at
it's
all anymore.
I think it's probably better for Anne that she's not in a mobile suit. I mean, really, I'm surprised nobody put together the connection that maybe putting someone predisposed to being unstable in a mobile suit with a full psychomu is not the best idea.
Hey, Patch.
Yes.
You see the guy next to you in the table adjacent look at you strangely when you say that? Like he's giving you a look.
That's pretty rich coming from you, to be honest.
What is that supposed to mean?
Control
Are you
yourself,
talking about
Tenji.
my...
I'm holding
Freaked
back
out.
laughter. You knocked it out of the pat. You knocked that one out of the park, Vinny.
I'm still playing my damn scene. Um,
You freak
are you
out
talking about
constantly,
my...
and you have your dead father's quasi psychomu sitting on your shoulders, just weighing you down.
that I have extensive training with and has not caused me to freak out? He like does finger quotes.
Okay, Anne has extensive training with psychomu.
Not the one on the lambda. Look, I don't...
You
This
do
isn't...
realize that's not what caused her to do what she did. It was you, right?
There's no point in arguing this. Look, the both of us. He just like kind of stabs his fork into the spaghetti again. I have been nothing but completely stable and fine. I admit that I had a bit of a rough start, but I think I've kind of pulled myself together quite a bit. And the, the mobile suit's not literally haunted. It's just like a sentimental thing.
You really haven't reflected at all upon what happened, have you?
Yes, I have. What do you think I've been doing?
Making excuses. Use Karaba to cover up whatever's broken inside of you. For Karaba, for Karaba, for Karaba.
Whatever is broken inside of me? What the hell does that mean? There's nothing broken in me. I know who I am and I know what I'm doing.
You obviously don't.
I've never been more sure of that.
Oh, it's, it, it's even worse than I thought. Whoa.
Worse than you thought? What, are you gonna start rambling nonsense like Connie was about how you're gonna have to kill me someday or something and have to put me down? What am I? I'm dangerous now? It's all nonsense.
Hey, Patch.
Yeah.
You hear from behind you. No, Lieutenant Clyde's quite right.
He turns around.
It's Captain Gunn.
Quite right about what aspect, sir?
You are
If I may
dangerous.
ask.
Well, quite generally speaking, we all are. Gives a little
I was
laugh.
about to say, I think any pilot who's capable of getting into a mobile suit and pulling the trigger on a mobile suit knowing full well that there's another human being in the cockpit is quite dangerous. But that's the nature of the job, is it not?
Which is why we tend to be more scrutinizing with pilots' psychology. And quite frankly, it doesn't really matter if it's fair or not.
I suppose I agree.
Although, what Lieutenant Clyde is trying to say is, as you're really just getting upset the fact that you have been found guilty as opposed to trying to figure out new ways to operate now that this has happened.
I mean, of course I'm upset. He looks like a little confused for a minute.
Well, does being upset stop mistakes like that happening?
No. No, it doesn't. And he bites his tongue on the moment of it wasn't a mistake. It doesn't stop that. I agree.
So you both agree that this can't happen again and never should have happened in the first place, right?
Right.
Yes.
Do you really believe that?
Yes, I really believe that.
And there might be some hope for you yet.
Thank you, sir. He just kind of like gives Clyde a grin. You know, like a see? He doesn't say anything. He's like, I appreciate that you believe in me.
I do, Private, although I am going to say this, at the very
Yes?
least, so you feel inclined to keep reflecting. He leans down over you. You talk about what happened the same way a lot of remnants talk about the 1 year war. Think about what that says about yourself, and if you want to be that kind of person.
Understood, sir.
Because I'm sure you'll find plenty of people in this brigade and regiment and battalion who are more than willing to tell you why that's a bad thing.
I understand.
Good, he nods and walks off to go eat.
And Clyde can probably notice he's been around him long enough in his like tone and body language that he's just kind of like responding to this by shutting down and just saying what he expects people to what he expects people want to hear. Um,
Skyrov, I assume you can still hear all these conversations at the very least. Thoughts?
Skyrov's keeping his thoughts to himself, but he's just flabbergasted at these people.
Who specifically, and how so?
I mean, everyone so far, if I'm being honest, but Skyrov in particular is going to really, really dislike his teammates.
Oh,
He agrees with Clyde on a base level, though.
I see. Is Skyrov sympathetic to Clyde's plight? Because first team is quite the cast of characters.
I don't think sympathetic's the right word.
Oh, what is the right word then?
Just confused as why Clyde's in charge, if this is what it's like here. And not in like a particularly, oh, he thinks Clyde sucks, but just that Clyde does not seem ready to the challenge from Skyrov's perspective of managing the crazies.
Can someone roll narrative points?
Sure. The D8, right?
Yeah, D8.
Oh, you beat me to it.
4. So 5 narrative points.
5 narrative points. I'm gonna spend one right now. Hey, Skyrov, make a composure keen check at a -1.
All right. It was a 1 and a 5. So 5 under 7.
You stop yourself from saying that out loud.
Yeah. He just kind of bites his tongue again and goes back to eating. He is very firmly continuing his policy of avoid the team. There's been no disrespect, especially towards Clyde, to be clear. Skyrov is maintaining every ounce of military professionalism as he sees it.
I see. No, we wouldn't kill you with hammers, Vinny.
I'm not gonna kill you with hammers for making a dog joke.
Speaking of dogs, Anne, you walk into the tent.
Anne takes her seat with her team as far away from with her team, but on the seat that isn't near Patch.
Ooh, drama.
I don't want to sit with you at lunch anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to sit with
Actually,
you at
Anne.
lunch anymore. You murdered my brother.
You wanna know who's farthest from Patch right now?
Ew.
Skyrov.
No, he's sitting totally separately, right? Staring at the
Exactly,
wall.
though. No, exactly, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah, but if you move over there, it does. Because now half the team's there.
Anne's not gonna sit anywhere near Skirov either.
Alrighty. You sit next to Clyde.
And shambles into her seat. And stares at dinner.
Supposedly, it is spaghetti marinara with sausage.
Damn, it looks like blood with chunks in it. The spaghetti. She pokes the spaghetti with her fork idly.
You feel something.
She stabs the thing.
You bring up your fork. It's a ring.
A ring.
Yeah.
A ring. Somebody lost their fucking wedding ring in
In the
in
army
in
noodles.
and stares at the ring with a neutral expression on her face.
Kai, do you notice this shit?
I probably do. Clyde just
And gets up to hand it in at the kitchen. It's probably one of the cook's rings, right?
Yeah, probably.
Right, so she walks up and holds the ring out. Somebody lost their ring.
Hey, Anne, please make me keen empathy.
Oh damn, it's the thing that she now has a penalty to.
Oh,
It is
Would you like to spend a narrative point?
sure. That is a +2 now, which makes it go back to 7. Ooh, that is 7 exactly.
You get the tingling in the back of your skull when you're about to hand it over. Something about this isn't right.
And thinks about the feeling.
It's almost, you know what this reminds you of?
What?
When you're in the mobile suit and your new type powers are telling you something sketchy is about to happen. Or dubious.
And examines the ring closer.
No, it isn't the ring per se, that's the problem.
It's the person attached to it.
No, the more like the person you're trying to hand it off to.
Ah, I got it. It's not their ring and they're gonna steal it.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. So Anne looks around for someone else who isn't about to steal the fucking ring.
You see, the entire mess hall is still hard at work, as opposed to the corporal you're about to hand it off to. Clyde, you notice Anne is standing silently in front of a cook. Sort of.
Anne walks back and puts the ring back in her pocket and resolves to wait until dinner is over before trying to ask about it.
what was all that about Anne?
Uh, there was a ring in the spaghetti.
No, but why'd you come back instead of giving it to them?
He felt weird.
He felt weird.
He felt weird.
New type thing.
Probably.
Is he poisoning the spaghetti?
No, it was about. Mm, I'm going to wait for somebody else and see if it's their ring.
Okay. Good job.
the subdued energy.
Yeah, she looked at him and he had the energy of a thief.
Bro's vibes were bad.
Did not pass the vibe check.
First time she has to roll with her hard heart. Oh, look, a success.
Why'd you care?
Huh?
Why didn't you just give it to him? Why'd you care?
Didn't feel like doing it.
Okay. Good job. Kai just goes back to poking at the bad food.
Anne goes back to poking at the food and ignoring Patch, who murdered her brother.
Patch is continuing to ignore Anne, who's taking a decision he made in combat very personally, even though that person was the enemy. But he's not going to talk about that.
Motherfuckers are acting like they're in Romance of the Three Kingdoms Go Mine with how they keep like talking about
Talking about the what?
talking about each other. Lu Bu, who murdered Dong Zhuo. Lu Bei, who swore an oath under the peach orchard with it.
Guy who did thing.
Yeah, like that's
Gotta hate it when the guy does thing.
My favorite YouTube channel, man carrying thing.
Oh, he's great.
No, that's not man doing thing, that's man carrying thing. Totally different.
Man carrying bit. Anyways. What was I about to do? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot.
I didn't like how depressed you sounded.
This
Damn, even God sounds depressed.
Even your computer had an issue with that.
Oh, now I remember. Another
me?
person joins you at the table.
all right. I'll
Oh,
go back
damn,
to
who's
the
this?
corner then if it's not.
What was that, Perry?
I had jokingly said, "Is it me?" And then you said that it was someone joining them at the table. So I said, "All right, I'll continue staring at the corner." I said,
You can join when you want. It's Sergeant Kolos.
"I'm good." Oh shit, Kolos is back.
Hi,
He
Kolos.
doesn't want to
welcome back.
sit with the war criminals.
He was in space with Lands. Oh, what
Oh
what
shit,
brought
was
him?
he? Oh, my bad. Chevs.
Kolos fucking vaporizes and is replaced with Chev. Patch blinks, it was a delusion. God, you know, we keep making the Patch schizophrenia onset jokes, and it's starting to...
Afternoon.
Anyway,
Evening.
evening.
Evening, Colo. Evening, Chef.
Evening.
How
An awkward silence ensues.
Chev trying to boulder his way through the awkwardness says, "How was today with the commander?"
It
It was
was...
just paperwork.
Yep, pretty much.
It was paperwork.
Well, I remember doing much the same when I was an adjutant to the colonel.
I see.
I've done a lot of paperwork. Puts me in a bit of a zen zone.
Chev looks over to you, Skyrim, and says, "What about you? How are you taking to it?"
Sir,
Well,
it's been good, sir. Steady work. It's been interesting getting an insight into how the battalions ran.
Oh, what would you say is the most interesting part?
Just the expenditure, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, fighting you can go through a quite astounding amount of material in quite a short amount of time.
Exactly, sir. I never realized how much supplies we were using.
He nods to that. Really makes you appreciate, and he quite blatantly says this, not being subtle at all, how everyone is supposed to work together to make the battalion run.
Yes, sir.
And how even one unit acting out of concert can completely screw up plans or unit
Quite
cohesion.
right, sir.
Very true.
Speaking bluntly, seeing as that didn't work. Patch, Anne.
Yes.
Yes.
Your feud has become a detriment to the unit.
Our feud?
Yes.
I mean, I don't have any hard feelings against Anne.
Anne, would you say the same?
Will it matter?
Yes, I do perhaps have a solution.
I have extremely hard feelings.
Would you, Private Anne, feel better if you perhaps got the opportunity to hit Patch?
Huh?
It wouldn't fix anything.
My question is not about fixing, it's about your feelings. Would you feel better?
I'm not sure, sir.
Well, would you like to try? Wait, a Patch. Well,
Are we dueling?
yes. He nods slowly.
Patch looks at Clyde with like just sheer baffled expression, and then kind of like looks at Anne to see what Anne's thinking about all this.
Clyde's
Anne
looking
is
at all.
looking.
He's looking at Chev.
Anne is looking at Chev, slightly suspiciously. If I do go and hit him, will I get in trouble for it?
Nope. If anyone gets in trouble, it would be me.
What are you proposing?
Well, what would be your preferred form of combat, you two? We have boxing gloves. You could do bare knuckle. Granted, of
Legacy?
course, I won't let you use anything lethal. Lethal, of course. We have batons, though, if you'd like. So long as both of you feel like your honor can be satisfied, right, and you can both put
My honor?
put this past yourselves.
I mean, I know how to fight. My
That's not the point of this
uh,
exercise, Patch.
adoptive father was an officer, showed me a couple things with a sword before. I guess I could duel someone
That
if
explains a
that's
lot.
what we're doing. Uh, what?
It's all under the guise of training, Chev, or is this?
Officially, of
Is this
course.
actually okay.
But
He
if
turns around to look at Skarov.
Can I help you, Private Dumont?
I would really rather you don't call me that.
Noted.
Thank
Anything
you.
else, Dumont?
No, nothing else.
Skarov goes back to eat. He finishes his food.
I mean, I guess. And if you'd like to duel, It's been a while, but I could try.
Anne appears experimentally interested, but skeptical that this will actually fix her issue.
It's a good way to pass the time, even if it doesn't really fix anything.
Okay.
Well, seems like you two are both on board. What would you like this little exercise to consist of?
I assume you wouldn't let us use actual steel. You got like training sabers, or
I do, but Anne hasn't. You have neither decided on if swords are the method you'd like to use. You could very well use training knives. You could wrestle. You could box, for example.
well, if this is about honor, my preference would be towards the saber. That seems most proper, I guess. But he like looks over at Anne.
Lieutenant Harper,
Yes.
permission to be dismissed. I don't really want to listen to the barbaric yawping.
Barbaric, Chev says. What, did they get rid of the fencing schools at the academies?
He touches a scar on his cheek and goes, "No, sir."
All right, dismissed.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to go see if the commander needs any more adjutant work. He salutes Clyde and Chev and then walks out.
I don't think sabers would be appropriate. I don't think Anne's had any training.
I mean,
Could use one.
I'm a bit out of practice. I have never. It's been a long time since any kind of fencing lessons. I suppose if you're unopposed, Anne.
All right. Do you want to use batons?
I mean, a sword would be my preference.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. He just kind of shrugs and then turns to Chev.
Excellent.
I think we're dueling.
Clyde, would you prefer to be Anne second, or would you want me to?
Is there another second for Patch as well? I can't be showing favoritism towards either of them.
Well, considering the fact that there's only two of us, actually, Chef thinks you could ask Skyrob to do it.
I don't
And,
think he'll like it, but I don't know.
well, you could order him if you can't find anyone else.
I believe he also has medical training. We'll probably need him anyway. Sure, I'll go get him.
Hey, Skyrov, let me think about where you find Commander Hunt. She's currently, you find her in her tent, and she's scribbling down her what looks like to be a report art for the lieutenant colonel of the regiment.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Is there any more work that needs doing? I finished my meal.
Not at this moment. Was there something you needed?
No, ma'am, it's just my team are engaging in duels, so I wanted to go find something productive to do for the unit.
She looks at you funny. Was this? She looks like she's struggling. Chev's idea?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like him. Ah, shit. Why does he want to do this?
Because, ma'am, he believes that by allowing them to engage in their barbaric instincts of hitting each other, that it might solve some of their interpersonal issues and mental trauma. Instead, what I suspect will happen is that, due to the fact that it is being conducted with sabers, that Private Burning, Beaumont, will come out on top, and will get an inferiority complex regarding it, considering he already killed her brother, and more than likely it will lead to Anne attempting to frag Patch in their next engagement together.
I see, although there is one problem with that assessment, Mr. Skyruff.
Yes, ma'am.
Fragging means killing an officer. She
Well,
gives
considering
us a mirthless smile.
considering Private Beaumont used to be a lieutenant, I suppose he can be grandfathered in, ma'am.
Hmm. That is a good point.
So,
Skyruff,
seeing as I did not wish to participate in the barbaric yawping of those two, I thought I would find something productive.
speaking of something productive, Skyruff, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to stay in this team?
No, ma'am.
Because I can easily have you transferred out if it's too hard.
Hard, ma'am?
First team is in a very delicate and precarious situation.
I understand that, ma'am, but the difficulty isn't really the issue here.
Well, you signed up to fight, correct?
Yes, ma'am, tip of the spear. They told me that's what Karaba would be doing.
Well, it's mostly what Karaba's doing. It's not what first team's doing, however. And I can't imagine, and that's exactly satisfying.
No, ma'am.
So I don't think
But,
anyone would begrudge you for asking for a transfer.
at the end of the day, ma'am, it is not my place to complain about my role in the effort to free the people of the solar system from the chains.
Chains?
All of it, ma'am.
Hmm. You're a good pilot, Skyrov, and Karba always needs good pilots. So I'm sure we could find somewhere for you. That is, of course, if you
Well,
want out.
if you do, ma'am, please let me know. Until then, I will continue performing my duties as you order. I've already inquired with the Grethley Grenadiers, and unfortunately, they have been deployed to another zone, so returning to a Republic of Zeon STF unit is not exactly feasible at the moment.
Well, you could return back to H Company, although I'm not sure you'd really like being in H Company, considering what happened.
I've been given a bit of a cold shoulder by the rest of H Company, ma'am. I'm not sure they like me very much.
That is a problem.
Damn, I guess they don't. I guess they dislike that he doesn't like the war criminals.
After all, I did testify against my teammates.
Hmm. I think it's more than that. You testified against Land's wingmen.
Indeed.
I Company is too close to H. Would you perhaps want to be transferred to A or B?
If a spot opens up, ma'am,
I see.
I'd rather not make things worse for myself by having an entire company be shaken up to accommodate me. But I appreciate your consideration and your care. Well, if there's no work for me to do, ma'am.
Not at this moment. Keep up the good work, Skyrov.
Ma'am, he salutes and then walks out.
And there you see Clyde.
Lieutenant Harper, sir?
I'm gonna need you to be Private Beaumont's second for the.
No.
It's an order.
Understood, sir. He kind of chews on the corner of his lip.
Do you have something you'd like to say?
No, sir.
I don't believe you.
Such is your prerogative, sir.
What are you talking to Lieutenant Commander about?
Lieutenant Commander was asking if I was happy in H Company and First Team, sir.
I'm assuming that's a no, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. Come along.
Yes, sir.
The two of you find a section of dirt with 4 sticks in the ground to cordon off your impromptu arena.
Great. I love how we're just dueling now.
Because Chev is an idiot.
They duel now?
Oh, shut up. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. You'll see in a second.
Interesting. Okay.
And Clyde, you see Anne getting some lessons from Chev about how to hold the sword.
She seems to be taking to it reasonably well. Hold on, melee skill applies to this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh dear, she's doing it suspiciously well.
Oh, we both have high melee, don't we?
Yep.
This will be interesting.
um.
Anne gives the sword a few practice whacks.
Yep.
She is as checked out as she always is these days. And she is also skeptical that this will solve anything.
Anne.
Yeah?
Chev is just, as Patch's second arrives, he just whispers to you, "Remember, it's just to get the feelings out. Don't kill him."
Private Beaumont, I've been asked to assist as your second for the duration of this.
All right.
How familiar are you with the principles of fencing beyond what your father taught you?
It has been a while since I've participated in formal lessons, but my
Oh,
adoptive father did put me in formal lessons when I was younger.
Well, one thing I'm sure General Beaumont neglected, since all Earth-based fencing takes place in a flat plane and a lane, is that you can move side to side. Keep that in mind. It might sound like common sense, but a lot of people after their initial training can only move forward or back.
That
Private
is a fair
Ann
point.
over there is not going to have that issue. Do you have any other
That is a
questions?
fair point. Um, I don't think so. No. No, it's not the time.
Cutting
Skyrim,
back.
go.
Go on.
Go ahead.
All right. Cutting back to the thing that Chev says to Anne, Anne mumbles something about it not bringing August back, and then commences brooding a little bit about how she left him and he died.
As you start to breathe, Chev says, "Anne, you there? Come on,
Yeah,
Eyes on the prize.
I don't see many prizes around here.
Well, I suppose you just have to settle for victory then.
That's what I always do.
He nods at you. I suppose I should
Good
go.
God, that was one of the worst things he could have nodded to.
Chev says, it looks like we're all here now, so we should commence. Please.
Lieutenant Chev, what exactly are the rules, sir, for this?
First to 3 points.
How are points being designated, sir?
A single strike, like to any point on your opponent's body. 2 if it hits a vital place in the chest.
Are there any no zones, sir?
No genitalia or headshots, please, from either of you. Attempting to do such will incur a disqualification. Conceding victory to your opponent automatically.
I want the audience to know that right now there is somebody in the text channel cheering for alternately Skirov to perform malpractice and let Patch bleed out, or for Anne to kill him.
Man, nobody likes my character. I feel so sad. I'm gonna leave. I'm joking.
We like him as a character, but
I
he
know,
is very. We love to torture this hypocrite in the microwave. You know.
I'm glad you guys are finally on board with what I've been saying since day one.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Just remember, as you know, Chev whispers in your ear, Anne. Just hit him with the metal bit.
And despairs at this understanding of her level of competence.
It was meant as a joke.
You think she gets sarcasm that easily?
Well, that's for her to interpret. I suppose the next order of business is sending in seconds to see if this dispute can be resolved peacefully.
I don't think there's any reason to delay, sir.
I thought you wanted us to duel.
Yes, Anne, but it's part of the procedure, you see. Is there anything you think you could say, Anne, to Patch to get him to say sorry at the very least?
Is that that's in character,
Yes,
right?
Chev asked you that.
Do you want me to try?
I'll put it as eloquently as I can.
Okay, put it.
And you would like me to say what exactly?
He could have not murdered August. It would have been nice if he would have not done that. I would have tried not to kill his father. Or Farine.
And this transgression, how does it make you feel? This will help me with my argument.
Like I'm very unhappy with him. And also I feel like it happened because I let August out of my sight, and he died.
I see. And how would you want Patch to act, assuming he concedes? Heads to negotiations.
There is a long silence.
Chev waits patiently.
Can he at least admit that that's what he did?
So an apology.
It wouldn't fix anything, but can he at least try to admit that he killed him when he didn't have to? Can he at least stop acting like he had it coming?
Is there anything else you'd like me to add?
No.
Understood. Clyde, you look down to a piece of paper telling you to call the seconds over for negotiations.
Seconds, come here.
Yep. Skyrim goes over, hands in his pockets.
Mr. Skyrov, Private Anne's grievance is that Private Beaumont, not Burning, killed her brother unnecessarily, and refuses to admit what he did was wrong. This has deeply hurt Anne's feelings, especially in light of the consideration Anne has shown towards Firene and Captain Beaumont in the previous engagements with the Titans. Anne's demands are simple. She would like an official and full apology from Patch, saying that he did not have to do that and that he is sorry.
So you'd like me to go relay that to him?
Yes, please, Mr. Skyrov.
Alrighty. And Skyrov walks over to Patch and goes, Alright, Private Beaumont. Private Reggae's demands are very simple. She wants you to apologize for killing her brother, acknowledge your fault in the matter, in that you did not have to kill her brother and chose to do so, and wants an acknowledgement that when the shoes were on the other foot, she showed extraordinary care in helping to bring in your relations and people you care about alive, care you did not return.
I
Beaumont?
apologize if it's unfortunate that this is the way that this ended up, but I did what I thought I had to do.
Okay, so you're just gonna you're gonna ignore all of that and just have me go back there and say go fuck yourself, basically. Great, awesome.
No. Okay. That's not what I was saying. Look,
Well, I
I don't
mean,
think we need to duel about this. To be completely honest, I don't know what you expect me to say.
if it was up to me personally, I would have tied you down to a bed and just let Anne beat you. But Lieutenant Chevalier is a little more honorable than that. We get in the Republic of Zeon.
He's an
Okay.
old Zeke aristocrat, you know the type.
Exactly. He's practically a yunker. And Skyrim says that like it's a curse word. Now then, here's what happened, Patch. Do you deny that Anne showed considerable care with your father and with Firene?
I do not deny this.
Do you
However,
deny that everyone you've cared about, your team has tried to take them in live?
that is fair, yes. Look, I don't know why we need to relitigate
Stop.
this.
Do not talk back when you are spoken to, Private. Respond to the questions. Finally, do you deny that there was any possibility you could have taken Augustin alive.
I suppose I could have, yes.
So then you acknowledge you are in fault.
I did what I had to do.
But you just said you didn't. I actually just had the SpongeBob meme flash through my head, by the way. Okay.
So you
Skyrim,
didn't.
Skyrim takes a deep breath, pinches his nose, and says, Patch, if you could have taken him in alive, you did not have to kill him.
Do you want me to be entirely honest? I'll be honest then.
Yes.
In the moment of the battle, all I was thinking about was stopping the person I thought was the enemy. I was
Would your
not thinking.
Would your former commanding officer have done the same?
Clearly, it has been shown that I am not my former commanding officer. Despite my
Oh,
best efforts.
so what do you owe Anne?
Does she want to duel me or not? This seems like a convoluted way of setting up and then walking away from something here.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is walk away from a fight. These things are kind of frickin' moronic.
Suppose I apologize then. Yes. He just kind of
No,
throws up his
that's
hand.
insincere. You're going to have to actually apologize and acknowledge fault. Can you do that? Can you admit that you messed up?
Yes.
Okay. Skyrov takes his glasses off and starts cleaning them off, and then puts them back on and walks back over to the middle and looks at Chev and Clyde and says, Private Beaumont would like to issue an apology and acknowledgement of fault.
Excellent. That means no one has to get hurt today. I will go inform Private Reggae.
Keep going.
Skyrov just walks back over to bed. Now we gotta wait a little bit longer.
Was an
And
exercise
I have
in
excellent news.
nonsense.
And excellent news.
Yeah.
The negotiations have been resoundingly successful, and Patch is ready to issue an apology.
All right. And holds the sword limply.
If you follow me, he starts walking into the center.
Go on, Patch. It's your show now.
He just walks forward. I'm sorry this is the way it ended up.
That isn't a good
You're, s-
apology.
you're sorry that this is the way it ended up?
There is an audible smack of Skyrov smacking his hand into his face in the background.
Mr. Skyrov, seeing as Private Patch struggles with words just as much as Private Anne, would you perhaps be willing to condense or at least interpret some of his feelings on the matter? Of
Is
course,
that,
And turns to look at
to reduce confusion.
and turns to look at Chev, incredulous, for the first time in a long time, with very visible feelings on her face, incredulity.
Skyrov just looks at Chev and goes, Sir, is that an order?
It is a request. Unless, of course, Patch, you would like to be more considerate with your word choice.
He just kind of sighs and he's like, look, okay, I'm sorry. I don't see how this will fix anything.
Skyrov walks over, literally looking like he wants to die. It goes, it leans over, whispers to Patch, "What did we literally just go through like 3 seconds ago? How have you already forgotten like the lines that we just went over? What is wrong with you?"
I'm sorry I killed your brother. I am entirely at fault for this, and I did everything wrong in that combat encounter, and you have every right to punch me in the face. Does that make this better now?
God, that is the worst apology I've ever heard in my life.
Skyrov
I'm gonna
looks
spend a narrative
over.
point, and you say that out loud.
Skyrov
You know what? Yeah,
literally
sure, she does.
Skyrov turns towards Clyde with clear resentment in his eyes at being ordered to perform this role, and then slowly looks back over to Sheb and goes, "Well, sir, I believe if the apology is insufficient, then they have no choice but to beat each other. That said, I will point out that Private Beaumont has offered to receive a beating without fighting back in his apology. Since that offer has been made and the rest of the apology is clearly insufficient, I believe this is no longer a duel, but a correction. Is that correct, sir?
Hmm.
Or are you withdrawing that offer, Private Beaumont?"
I would rather we just duel and get it over with.
Do you want me to hit you?
What an odd question. I guess if it would. I hold no feelings of resentment or anger towards you whatsoever. So if you punching me in the face as hard as you possibly could would quell whatever there is between us right now, then sure, go for it. Because this whole formality is a waste of time. If all you want to do is just punch me in the face and I'll just stand here and not fight back, then go for it if it would make you feel so much better. None of it is going to change what happened. None of it is going to change.
And twitches. She was
Choices
skeptical.
made.
She was skeptical at first, but Patch is doing a great job convincing her to start hitting him and not stop. And also, apparently, there's something in her ear telling her that she should just start beating him. Please, kill him, etc., etc.
There's
Thanks.
plenty of times I could have done other things or made other choices, and there are plenty of people who could still be alive if I had done that. So you know what? If that's what it takes to fix all of the things I might have fucked up and done, and all the things that I've taken from myself or others that I can't take back, then fine, go for it.
Private Beaumont.
Don't. Please don't call me that.
Have you noticed that you're demanding empathy for a name when you can't even give her empathy over killing her brother?
I killed an enemy combatant. I don't.
And strides over to Patch.
Well, I've
And
done my part. Guess there's nothing else I can do here. Have a great day, sirs. And Skyrov just walks away.
Irov, we'll probably need you to patch up the private.
and grabs Patch by the collar. Her hand flies out like lightning, and she roughly grabs the collar, almost lifting him off the ground.
Or are you gonna do it? Don't I deserve it after all this shit?
You keep saying enemy combatant. This whole thing is about how you could have not killed. He was almost already disabled. You
There's a lot of people I couldn't have killed. That's what this all comes back down to, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't come back down to that. It comes back down to you murdering my brother when you were ordered not to.
Just fucking do it!
Anne's hand starts shaking with anger.
Now, Private Anne, I
You-
would be remiss if I did not point out that since he is begging you to do it, it would be better to not hit him at this point.
You know
Not
what
gonna
I've done before
Yeah.
coming here? You know my history. I've killed plenty of people's fucking brothers at this point. I don't know
Wait,
what's
excuse me?
stopping you.
He looks to Clyde. What did he mean by that? History.
If anybody here deserves it, I do. Come on, hit me. Fucking hit me.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
I thought we were cooked, and Anne started laughing while this was happening. I was
It's
like,
like,
oh.
oh, new direction?
Patch is mentally stable and doesn't freak out anymore.
Yeah, I believe you.
Lies from your lying mouth.
Daily reminder that Skyrov does not know about Patch's war crimes before he joined the Karaba.
He doesn't.
Actually,
He does?
Skyrov, roll me keen academics.
I guess someone's about to find out. God, okay.
Keen academics, that was a 4 under a 7 for.
Well, you have
Full
heard
success.
rumors about a Titan's defector who land stopped in the middle of massacring a village.
Wait a minute. Skyrov slowly begins to turn his head towards Sheb and Clyde. What did he mean by that?
Wait, you don't know?
No, what, sir?
You know about Patch.
Sir?
Well, Patch was a Titan before being in Karaba.
I knew that part, sir. What is he screaming about?
Well, when Patch found Patch was taken in by lands, the Karaba unit was intercepting a Titan's anti-partisan operation, mostly destroying a primarily civilian convoy.
Skyrov turns back to see if Anne's hitting Patch yet.
Anne is on the verge of hitting him and also on the verge of shouting at him. You know what? She's gonna shout some more. Right. You. Give me a second. I don't think you understand what you did. This.
What do you mean? What do you mean I don't understand what I did? I know exactly what I...
What did you do then? Tell me. Tell me.
I acted with what I acted the way I thought I was supposed to in the situation. That's what I've always done. That's what I've
What
always
does-
fucking done. If
What
you know how that
possessed
ends
you to
up,
think that that was the right course of action?
I
What
don't
made you
know. I don't know, but apparently I have terrible fucking judgment because you know what always happens when I think I'm doing the right thing? I guess this is just another in a long line of screwing the fuck up, and I thought I paid for it, but I guess I fucking didn't. So come on.
You know what you did? You defaulted. You. Alright, fine. You ran on your default programming.
I don't have
That's what
default
happened.
programming. I'm not a weapon. I'm a person. I don't
You act
have.
just like a weapon. You had an enemy in front of you, and you defaulted to killing.
Oh, and you're
That
one
is
to
what happened.
talk.
Yes, I am one to talk, because this is also exactly why I also got pulled in front of the same tribunal.
I am not like you. I he's
Well,
like,
no, you're not like me. You did it first. I defaulted. Well, and stops to find the words first, and then I defaulted on as a cyber new type under stress. You're
You
just
defaulted
Patch.
to Titans.
Skyrov walks
Program.
over and just basically before anyone says anything, it's very quick how quickly Skyrov moves when he wants to. Just slugs Patch right in the cheek.
oh,
That is a it was rolled for, that was a 1 and a 1. So that was an awakening point scale punch.
holy shit. Okay, you just fucking new type punched me.
Actually, Patch, I want you to roll
Yes.
grit composure. This to see if you get knocked the fuck out.
Okay. If my computer would turn back on so I could see my character sheet, I think I know what those numbers are. Grit, composure. Okay, as 9. And I rolled a 9.
Versus
A 9.
Probably seeing stars, but not.
Well, yeah, no, I'm like, he's like staggering back.
No, you don't stagger back. You fall into the dirt.
Fair.
You know, steel clattering from the sword you just dropped. You taste dirt in your mouth.
Skyrov turns to Anne, points at Patch on the ground, and goes, "If you're gonna hit him, hit him."
And hits him. She brings. She. She crouches down and she hits him.
He's just gonna collect the swords, by the way, and walk back out.
Skyrov, report to the brig when you're
Now?
done with that.
No, sir. That was fully within my remit as a warrant officer and medical specialist. As you saw, Private Vermont was becoming delusional and needed to be grounded. He looks over at the dirt again. He has been grounded.
Is this a melee check?
As you compelled me to be here, sir, I would remind you that I was acting under your orders and duress despite my protests.
Do you feel
Report to the
better
brig. It
now?
was Anne's job.
No.
No.
Sir, with respect. He turns to him fully again. You aren't worth that rank. And Skyrov just turns and continues to watch.
And has elected to see if hitting Patch makes her feel better.
Roll melee wrath.
Go mind, by the way, are there MPs watching this?
Yes. Apparently, because the officers are okay with that.
I'm gonna wave one to go take him to the brig.
That's another exact on the dot roll. Seven on 7.
How do you hit Patch?
She winds her fist back and gets him just below the shoulder, I think.
He doesn't like make any attempt to, avoid or defend. He just kind of like rolls onto his back in the dirt and like looks up at her. And he's like, did that make you feel better?
No.
It never. It never does it?
No,
It's
of course
never
it
enough.
doesn't.
It's never enough. You can hit me all you want and it won't bring anyone back. I know that. I mean, you're more than welcome to try. I don't care. Fucking
She hits him
deserve it
again.
somehow.
The look Anne gives him is the look of someone who is entirely done with this. Hitting him was not really satisfying at all. He doesn't even have the satisfaction of wiping a smug grin off his face or anything. He is a miserable pile in the dirt, and she has accomplished exactly nothing by doing this. She does have a new insight into his character, though.
Oh?
Well, it's as she told him. He defaulted. He fell back on his default behavior.
I think Clyde had a point. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just me. The least I can do is fight for the right fucking side.
Anne does not say this out loud, but she has begun to wonder if there's any point to what she's doing. There's a little itch in the back of her mind that's like, maybe August wouldn't have died if she hadn't left in the first place. And with that, she leaves Patch to twitch in the dirt.
And he just
Skyrov
kind
is
of. Oh,
gone.
yes? He just. I don't know. He's just kind of muttering to himself. Is Clyde around?
Yeah. Question: Did
Yeah,
one of
understandable.
the MPs take Skyrob to the brig?
No.
Skyrov just stares at Clyde and Shevin goes, "Congratulations, sirs. I hope you are happy with the result of this experiment." And then he walks away.
He just kind of like sits up. Am I redeemed now?
Patch?
No.
Why
Yes.
couldn't you just say you're sorry?
I don't know. He
He
just kind of
doesn't
looks
believe
down
you
at
did
his
anything
hands.
wrong.
I'm
Anne clenches her fist when she hears that.
doing the right thing.
Patch, no, if you were doing the right thing. Hang, you wouldn't be in this situation right now. And you were, he brings his fingers close together, this close. Oh, to at least Ace getting on the road to Anne's good graces.
It's fine. I don't need anyone to like me. I don't need her to forgive me. She doesn't have to. She has every right not to.
Well, you're certainly
I know
not
what
making
I've
it
done.
easy to forgive you.
I know what I've done. all I can do is just keep fighting and maybe try to do something good before one of those Axis guys puts a beam saber through my cockpit, and I'll fucking deserve it. But at least I'll have done something. At least I won't run away like a
Clive's gonna
coward.
pick him up by the collar. Don't you get it? You're not going to be redeemed fighting in a cockpit. You're just gonna die a monster, you moron.
I don't know what else to do.
Go rebuild colonies, something besides fighting. It's not worth it for you to do it. You're not fighting for the right side. You're fighting for yourself, and you're just making it worse.
But I'm
And you keep coming up with excuses.
good at
You won't
this.
accept.
I
It
don't know what
doesn't
else I'm
matter.
good at.
Go find something else that doesn't involve killing people. You're good at killing the wrong people.
I just want to fight for something I believe.
You don't know what you believe in.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Patch, if you know what you're fighting in, how does killing August when you didn't have to further the program?
Okay, I fucked up. Okay,
Oh, now you can say it.
It's about time.
That's what I've been saying. All I keep doing is fucking up, apparently.
Not
That
apparently.
exactly, A. You can't keep saying you're sorry, then going back to woe is me.
Do you want to hit me again?
You know,
No, it
Patch,
wouldn't help.
Patch, you're making it very hard to be Lance's friends right now.
You can hit me again.
Do you
I
really
won't
want
fix
to die a
anything, but
monster?
maybe it'll make you feel
Do you
better.
really want Connie's prophecy to come true?
Connie, that prophecy is not going to come true because Connie ran away like a coward. I'm not going to do that.
Do you want someone else to do it? Or do you actually want to go and maybe do some good in this world? You can't pilot anymore.
Yes, I can.
If you're acting like
Who are you
this,
to
they
say
won't
that?
let you.
Well, then I'll have to stop acting like this.
You have to start facing reality.
All right.
Who was that 10-year-old girl again that we saw back then?
Funfty?
Funfty. What did she do for a living again?
She had some kind of art and some craft store.
Yes.
You basically killed a 9-year-old, Patch.
I didn't kill Fumpty.
I'm not talking about Funfty. I'm illustrating a point here.
August was a scared child. Just doing what he was told. He never had a choice. All he had was it's what the lab told him to do. And we could have done some good in this world, and we could have taken him out of that. And you killed him.
I failed him.
It's not your fault,
Okay.
man.
All he had was me, and I abandoned him.
Stop blaming yourself. I'm sorry.
Patch.
Yes?
How truthful is that statement?
That's a complicated question.
Well, let's start unpacking it then.
Oh my god, bruh!
No, I say that mostly in jest. I hope I'm not just being annoying.
You're not being
Oh.
annoying. I'll beat you with hammer.
Okay. There's a line right now in Patch's brain, right, where he knows he's done terrible things in the past, but he wants to believe that he's changed and moved on from that, and that he makes good decisions now. And accepting that this was a fuck up and was bad means he's not making good decisions now, and that he can't make decisions for himself. He's rather shaken up by Anne's whole defaulting to programming thing that she hit him with. But
Damn, even Anne's got him pegged.
somewhere deep down, he he knows that he shouldn't have done this, I guess. And the closest to that honesty coming out is what's happening right now.
You all
As much as
hear
he doesn't want to admit it.
You all hear a voice yell out, "What the hell are you all doing?" And there you, if you were to look over, you'd see Lieutenant Commander Hunt and Sky Rob at her side.
Lieutenant Commander. He steps away from Clyde, stands up straight.
Why am I hearing some nonsense about a duel? You guys realize what year it is? Or maybe they didn't teach you that in school.
It was not my idea, ma'am, but I thought maybe better.
Well, then whose idea was it?
Was Chev's idea, ma'am.
She looks over to Chev and says, "Chev, report to the brig. I will talk to you later. Clyde."
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you feel necessary to go along with this harebrained scheme?
Figured it was the only way for the private to reflect on their actions.
Clyde, you see the barest motion of a twitch when Hunt says, "You do realize they could have talked, right?"
I don't know that they could have.
Clyde, you are an officer. You can literally order them to do so.
Apparently, I can't order anyone to do much. The MPs, they don't listen to me. These two don't listen to me.
The MPs don't listen to you
What's
because
the
they
point?
report to me. And they have
On that
standing
note,
orders from the colonel to make sure, or then she points over to Ann and Patch. Those two don't leave their sights.
ma'am, on that note, should I report back to the brig?
For what? At Mr. Skyrov. And then he looks over to Clyde.
He punched Private Beaumont.
Oh damn! Even Clyde is calling him Private Beaumont now.
Pew.
Hate it here. The consequences of my actions.
Yep.
Mr. Skyrov, is this true?
Yes, ma'am, I did lay hands on the private after being compelled to be here.
What impelled you to do such a thing?
He stares at Clyde for a few moments, then looks back up at Hunt and says, well, ma'am, I felt that I needed to be here.
I see, but more in specific regards to why you had to lay hands on Private. You felt it at least necessary to lay hands on Private Patch?
I felt the situation had escalated out of the control of lieutenants, and that it was at risk of escalating in a dangerous way, considering both had weapons in hand. Training weapons, albeit, but a blunk of metal to the head can still cause a lethal injury. So I attacked Private Patch with the goal of retrieving the weapons and getting the show on a move, as one might say.
Well, Mr. Skyrov, you have this to look forward to at the very least. I see no need for disciplinary actions. Wouldn't you agree, Lieutenant Clyde? As Hunt looks over to you pointedly.
Clyde's just got a bit of a simmering anger in his eyes. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm glad to see that matter is resolved.
Skyrov just stands ready in case Hunt has any further orders. He just goes back to looking ahead of him.
Well, considering the fact there was an apparent fight, have you at least gotten the feelings out so we can get on to doing our goddamn jobs? Or are you still gonna? All of you going to bicker like children still?
I have no intention of doing so, ma'am.
There's nothing more that could be said on this topic.
Well, then, in that case, you two better damn well get along from now on, or at least tolerate each other's presence.
I have
It
no
won't.
opposition to this, ma'am.
It won't impede fulfilling my duties, ma'am.
Excellent. Lance believed in this team, and you better damn not. You four better damn well not disappoint him. Do I make myself understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, in this case, it is late. I hereby all order you to go to sleep. In your bunks, with no further disturbances within the night. Am I understood?
Ma'am, permission to go keep Lieutenant Chevalier company in the brig?
If you feel it necessary, Mr. Skyrov.
Ma'am, I can't leave a countryman alone. And he salutes and then walks off.
Clyde, how are you feeling about all of this?
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. He hopes he got through to Patch a little bit, but he doesn't have high hopes about it. He's still at the, he still doesn't think much of his ability to command.
Clyde. Hunt then says, Lieutenant Clyde, a moment before you leave.
Who said this?
Hunt.
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you do this, Clyde?
I was hoping that Private Beaumont would either see reason or do something to get kicked out of the military.
Clyde, you are Patch's commanding officer. You have a much closer look at him than I do. If you had felt it necessary to bring up any doubts, you could have.
I did at the court.
It's been 2 weeks, Biggs. Things can change, and he was given an opportunity to try to reflect and grow.
I didn't know until today that he hadn't reflected at all.
Well, it's your job to know that.
But damn, poor Hunt. And I mean that sincerely. I feel sorry for Hunt.
Oh, how the turns table.
No, no, this is an out of character comment. Like, I feel sorry for Hunt having to deal with the disaster that the team, but especially Patch and Dan, has become.
Clyde, do you feel it is within your capabilities to run this team still?
No, I said that at the court.
Well then, Clyde, we tried to give you a go at command. If you're willing, I can try to look for a replacement. Someone with more experience with difficult subordinates.
That would be appreciated, ma'am.
Understood. Dismissed. And please don't pull any more stunts.
Yes, ma'am.
Skyrov, you make it to the brig.
He'll present himself to the MPs and just say, "Oh, I'm just here to check on Lieutenant Chevalier. I have Lieutenant Commander Hunt's permission."
They nod at you. Chev's the first thing he says, sitting across the bars of his will. That went poorly.
Indeed, sir.
He rubs his chin. You know what? For a second there, I thought we were about to make a breakthrough.
For a second, you even had me convinced, sir, and I was rather skeptical. The issue is that Private Beaumont cannot allow himself to admit this fault without it turning into a cascading series of blame, in my opinion.
Well, I go back to strategizing to fixing H Company. Mr. Skyrov, you wouldn't happen to have any suggestions, seeing as my traditional methods have quite horrendously failed?
I mean, we could always shoot them, sir.
I suppose that would be a waste of bullets, though.
True, we only have 3 weeks of ammunition. He just cracks a small half smile.
I see we're going to make with looks like that, we might make an H Company man out of you yet.
Well, sir, I'm going to be stuck here, so I may as well start acting the part.
Oh?
And I'm going to retract my request for a transfer. It's very clear you need as many sane people here as possible. Else, especially first team, might just have a bad day and decide to burn a village down for the fun of it.
I suppose we have an unusually high amount of madmen in the unit.
Well, I suppose, sir. So, sir.
So, Mr. Skyrov, to pass the conversation and the time, what is Side 3 like these days? I haven't been back since before the war.
I doubt you would recognize it, sir. As you may have heard, it's a Republican government now, and while a lot of the trappings of the old Munzo administration have come back,
You see, Shev try to struggle to think of what that would have been like, considering the fact that when the revolution happened, you could have imagined he was like 4 years old, maybe.
I know you only saw a little bit of Grethley colony, but even past that, architecture's completely changed in a lot of ways. New reconstructions have gone up, though there wasn't a lot of damage to the colonies during the war. We lost the Mahal cluster. Zombies tried to turn it into a super weapon, I heard.
Wasn't that the colony laser?
Yes, sir, I believe that's what they called it in the textbook. But that was the Mahal cluster. Other than that, it's actually been reconstruction, redevelopment. Overall, we got away rather easily, minus the manpower loss. Really, if these various Zeon Remnant groups weren't still faffing about, we probably would have been able to launch a second revolution by now. But here we are.
I suppose they weren't smart enough to join Karaba and the AEUG.
One could make the argument that Karaba and the AEUG represent the best chance of a second Zeon revolution.
Well, I'd like to think I'm making a better decision than I did 8 years ago.
Well, we certainly haven't gassed civilians yet, so I'd say we have a little bit of a moral high ground over the first one.
And given the opportunity, we only used the colony laser in defense of civilians.
Correct. It's part of what inspired me to volunteer for the AEUG expedition, sir.
Only Blux was still alive.
Not familiar with him, sir.
Commodore
But
Blux?
we have Char Aznable.
No, we don't. Char's been missing for months.
Really? I wasn't aware of that, sir.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he comes back. Wherever Char is, the revolution will continue. Surely.
Well, at least we still have lands. And, Bright.
I'm a little skeptical about the first one, sir, and I'm not quite familiar with the second one.
Bright Noah, captain of the White Base.
Oh, the Trojan horse.
You know, the Argama, the ship he currently captains, almost got him on Karn on 2 different occasions.
Yes, well, Axis is rather persistent at being roaches.
I suppose it's just within, and I suppose the water we Zeeks tend to draw from makes us very good at that.
Well, if they were a little less idiotic and they just joined back with the Republic, we probably could have done this ourselves by now. No need for Karaba or the AU.
Well, of course you would need the AEUG and Karaba. Otherwise, it would be a real fight.
Kind of tilts his head, a little confused about it. Well, sir, why are you fighting for Karaba and the AU?
Because they seem the sanest.
What about
Although,
their beliefs?
no, their beliefs seem sane. Things can't keep going like this. They have to change.
Well, sir, it seems from my perspective that we're about to end up a new generation of Zeon remnants. Just with Karaba and AU logos.
Axis, I don't think they can win.
I don't think they could win either, sir. But can we win? Don't tell me you trust those Fed rat regs.
I don't trust the regulars. But I do trust Blex's men. I don't think Commander Hunt would ever give up on the program.
Well, it doesn't really matter what. At the end of the day, sir, it doesn't really matter. If the Fed regs don't go along with it, then what's to stop them from just putting the boot down like they did on every other movement?
Counterpoint. Did they put the boot down on the Titans?
Well, sir, they were the Titans until a few months ago.
No, they weren't. EFF regulars are not Titans. Just as
They were
AEUG.
commanded by Titans. They were auxiliaries to Titans. They performed some of the same duties as the Titans.
You
They were the most
see-
motivated regs.
See, Skyrov, that is the flaw in your analysis. You see, regulars will go where the wind takes them. And if we can get a predominant enough position over the right-wing faction, the regs will go our way.
That's a big if, sir. Especially
Well,
as we're
it was
3
a big
weeks away
if.
from running out of ammo.
Well, it was a big if now, but a few weeks ago, looked like a cinch.
One could say the same thing about the 1-year war, sir.
That they can. I guess we'll just have to go with the fortunes of war.
Oh, I suppose so, sir. At least we have people experienced with hiding out in caves on Earth this time.
Ugh. Yet more time in caves. Sound is terrible in there. Everything echoes. You have no idea how much foam we had to steal just to make it bearable to live.
Is it true you ate squirrels?
No, but I did eat a lot of snakes.
What's a snake?
Oh, it's a reptilian.
Wouldn't it
It's-
be venomous?
Well, usually, yes, where we were.
Why didn't you hide in the water?
In the water? We couldn't make it there.
Why not? Isn't 60% of this planet water?
You'd think it'd be easier.
Huh. But I think that's just how the conversation goes, basically.
And you hear the door open. The commander's son's here. He's like, "Oh, am I interrupting something?"
No, ma'am. And he stands up.
Well, Chev, I gotta say, this is a real knock-up job you've done. You know, next time there's an interpersonal problem, Chev, don't act like it's still the Middle Ages. Skyrov,
Ma'am?
I am deeply sorry for what happened today.
Hardly your fault, ma'am.
Well, fault really has nothing to do with it, and I still my responsibility.
I was warned by my superiors and the Grethly Grenadiers that this unit in particular had some wild elements, so I could not have anticipated how much of a capital W that was, ma'am. But at the end of the day, I volunteered for this. I have no right to complain or mope.
Good man. Solid sort.
Thank you, ma'am. And he smiles.
You see Hunt struggle with a thought. Mr. Skyrov,
Yes, ma'am.
have you ever considered the absurdity of all of this?
I believe the lieutenant and I were actually discussing something similar just a moment ago.
You know, if there's anything I've learned after this being what? Are we counting the Titans being as a separate war? I think we are. This is my third war. Well, technically fourth if you count. Wait, no, let's not get into that. And what I've learned is that war is perhaps the most ridiculous thing we humans can partake in.
True enough, ma'am.
We'll take your father and myself, for example.
He blinked.
You know, I killed him very easily at Odessa. I had a beam sniper rifle. He could have been what? She looks like she's thinking over. No more than a kilometer out, at the shortest, probably sitting somewhere around 3 kilometers away. Pull the
He
trigger.
was a
That was
soccer
it.
cannon pilot, man.
Oh, then it was 2.8 or so. And all I had to do was to pull the trigger. He didn't even know I was there. Boom, done. And a few months earlier at Loom, it could have been just as easily he saw me in a saberfish. And my saberfish flying along, uselessly trying to take out a Zaku. Pulls the trigger when I don't see, boom, I go up in a ball of smoke and flame. That's that. And we give people's medals for these acts of luck.
It's an interesting perspective, ma'am. He kind of looks at Chev and then back to Hunt.
Shiv doesn't know how to take that. Honestly, it feels like I'm pissing in the wind most of the time.
Well, ma'am, with respect, why bother then?
I suppose at this point I feel like I have to see it to the end. Something has to change, sooner or later. If nothing changes, I can't see any other way for us humans besides killing ourselves into extinction.
You know, ma'am, that almost sounds like Zeon's theory.
Oh?
Well, Daikon, I suppose, is the name most people prefer hearing these days.
Gets a little
But
confusing when a country is named after a man.
yes, ma'am. Well, it just the theory of inevitable evolution or extinction is something he attempted to highlight in the founding thesis of Daikonism, and Kantilism itself is a fusion of Aryism and Spacenoid nationalism that he fused together, and then the zombies reinterpreted as however they wish. But that core thought you expressed is sort of the underlying connection between all the theories. Even Garen, and he all but spits like when he says the name. Even Garen advocated for the survival of humanity to avert extinction, though he would have done that by killing about how much of the population was it, Chev, sir?
He says, roughly an additional 3 billion?
Yes. Even at the end of the day, his publicly espoused goal was staving off extinction and spurring on evolution.
You know, you're not the first one to say it would have made a good contolist. However, there's one problem with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Daikun made the fatal mistake of thinking that humans will fundamentally change. The way I see it, we already have all the stuff inside us that we need to make it happen. We just need and he starts getting out of circuit. A good push to get us in the right direction.
Well, ma'am, people aren't really. People may be animals, but we've evolved a lot from the days of hunter gatherer societies. Sometimes, if you try to push a person, they'll just push back.
Well, I don't need to push him too hard. I just need to getting him moving along. If I can just
You
create
can bring a
crate.
horse to water.
Well, at least I tried, then. I can live with
Fair
that.
enough, ma'am. Either way, I mean, as the lieutenant and I were talking, we're here. Not like there's a better alternative, especially with those asteroid munchers.
So, Mr. Skyrov, how you funding Earth? It's hot, isn't it? I'm told that space noids struggle with the heat, in particular.
He actually smiles at this, and he goes, "Actually, ma'am, I'm loving it down here. I never thought I'd be able to see the Earth, but, well, as a Coptilus, the Earth is sacred. who are supposed to help preserve it. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to see what it is we're taught we need to help preserve. Honestly, I mostly feel bad that I'm contributing to the pollution in some ways. But I suppose there's nothing to be done about that right now. But I was thinking, after we win, I might actually try to join whatever cleanup services happen. You know, getting rid of the minefields and wreckage.
I know a few high-ranking people in the AEUG. We could probably get a program started.
That would be wonderful, man. I'm sure there's a bunch of Side 3 students younger than even me who would be happy for a chance to visit the Earth and see it. Most of us, it's just kind of a myth. It's some legendary place our parents went to during the war, and a place we were exiled from before the war.
I suppose we could also get locals on board. That would undercut the nationalists, get everyone working together again. Could be just like back when the Federation formed. How far we've come.
Farther to go, man. Farther to go.
I just wish we could summon the best stuff that made the Federation in the first place.
Oh, couldn't do that, ma'am. From what I know about history, it was pretty unique circumstances, and I don't know if we could survive what happened to make the Federation the first time.
What are you talking
Besides,
about? We already have. You think the 1-year war is any less destructive than the Third World War?
I suppose not, ma'am, but at the end of the Third World War, everyone agreed to be under one flag again. The problem with the flag of the Federation is, to most of the people where I come from, it just is, well, I mean, it's the flag of Zeon, just in reverse. Not trying to draw a moral equivalency, ma'am, but decades of oppression are hard to get over.
I guess we're just gonna have to think of ways to win back their trust.
Maybe changing the flag could be a good start.
Maybe we ought to get a tricolor in. Those always seem to
Try
be popular.
what, like that old French flag?
I was actually more thinking of Belgium,
What's that, ma'am?
a country right next to France.
I thought that was Germany.
That is a different country next to France, Mr. Skyrov.
Oh. Skyro kind of just looks at Chev and falls silent.
And with that, hey Patch, Anne, you're in your bunks. How are you processing today's events?
Patch is just silent.
Yeah, but what are you thinking?
He's curled up on his side. And it's dark, obviously. They're supposed to be going to bed. But he has taken some photos out of his bag, and he's just kind of flipped through them. And a couple of them are photos of the team back before Lance left and Connie left, and everything kind of exploded somewhat. And a couple of them are pictures of him and Firene, pictures of him and his adopted father, pictures of them when he was really young. And he just doesn't really know what he's supposed to do. He wants someone to tell him what to do, but he knows that he has to make that decision every time. Terrible things happen. And his father, he remembers his father telling after the first incident He was ordered to open fire on a convoy, and he deflected blame, I suppose, by saying he just didn't know. But if he had known, would he have still the trigger if that was the order? Would he still do that now?
Would he?
He wouldn't. He knows he's different. He's changed, grown. He knows he has.
Well,
He's fighting for the right reasons now.
I have a question. Is Patch starting to even consider the idea that perhaps a part of having grown is the willingness to examine and interrogate your own motivations for doing things?
I think so, yes, to a degree. um,
Yes,
it's more
yes, Perry Govine says pleadingly.
Yes, don't. Yes, sorry. This is Vincent being stupid and silly. Um,
God pleads with Patch to try and reflect and change the path he's on, but unfortunately his heart is hardened and it falls on deaf ears.
it's been a while since that part of him that sort of surfaced during that. Calling it a duel would not be correct. Beating, I suppose. It's been a while since that part of him has surfaced, and he doesn't know how to feel about it, because if he really does think about it, I mean, why is he the one who's alive when many others? So obviously, clearly, if he's alive, he has to do something good with the fact that he's alive. He has to fight for the right cause. He has to make all worth it. And he's found a cause that he believes in. And yes, he's made mistakes and he's done things that he regrets, and he doesn't think he can repair his relationship with Dan or get someone here to trust him ever again, but he's still going to try. He's not just going to give up. He's not just going to run away. At this point, he's not seeking redemption. He just wants to do something good before. Well, it's like he said to Clyde. Still do something good before inevitably over through it. He doesn't really know what else he would do with his life.
Would you like to spend a narrative point?
Sure. What?
For Patch to have an idea.
Okay. Sure. Give me an idea, God.
Patch, you have a sudden thought though. Would Lands want that for you?
I think he sort of has this thought when he's looking down at a photo of him and Lance. Maybe it's the photo of him and Lance when they went on that road trip together. And he kind of feels tears in his eyes again. It's not what Lance would have wanted, but he doesn't know what else to do. And Lance would have wanted him to fight for what he did, surely. And the last thing Lance said to him before he left was, make sure to do what he wanted to do, not what he thought others wanted. There's got to still be some way to salvage. Got to.
I see. And
Yes.
How are you taking the night's events?
Hollow and unsatisfying. Anne has been running on autopilot lately. She does a lot of running on she does a lot of going through the motions in her life in general. Why does she fight? Not really for any good reasons. She begins to wonder if she would she have left in the first place if she wasn't thrown out. Would August still be alive if that hadn't happened? It helps that the entire company hasn't outright rejected her like she first assumed would happen. That is a good thing that, well, a bad thing that didn't happen. But she can't shake the feeling of emptiness to what she's doing.
Well, of course the company can't abandon you. You're one of Lance's boys. And they love
Let's not get
Lance.
that complex going. Let's not get that complex going. Man.
Oh my god, bruh.
What? You guys have done a lot. First team under Lance has done a lot for the company. They owe you. They have loyalty. Whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's besides the point.
Oh my god, what a suggestion.
I didn't say handler. I said one of his dudes. His
I know,
guys.
but like
His
it's
fellas.
Anne, so I'm half expecting Anne to like come away with this with clearly I just need to go back and find Lance and do whatever he's.
Yeah, and it's like, things worked well when Lance was here. And she thinks about and she has this thought prompted by the kinds of things H Company is probably saying, which is like, I car bombed the wrong guy. I wish the Titans had wanted Naz gone instead. Philippe was cool. Hey, what did Philippe say about nuclear warfare again?
Oh my
Let's not get
God.
into that. You know,
We all make
Anne.
mistakes in the heat of youth.
You know, Anne.
Yeah.
Lance might not be here, but that doesn't mean he's lost to you.
Yeah, Lance is here in spirit.
No, I mean
For all the
more
good that'll do.
tangibly. You could, write him a letter asking for advice.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
And
Oh my god.
what?
Mine says desperately, this is God pleading
Am I turning
with
into? Am I
Anne.
getting Dumbledored right now? Dumbledore said calmly.
No, this is like a God pleading with both Patch and Anne to make things less miserable.
At
Oh
least
my
try to
God.
climb out of the hole.
I got you, Skyrob's here.
Skyrov's here to tell them both they should be shot.
If
Plus 100 hole depth.
Oh no, he has something very different to tell them.
and you go to sleep with that thought in mind, and then you wake up, and all of
oh
you.
boy, another day of not feeling like a human being. Except
Whoa.
even worse. Yeah, except even worse than before, because now it is even worse than that.
All of you are eating, and the has there been any improvement in the vibe?
I mean, Patch has not been hostile towards anybody, so he's just gonna continue being kind of like, what's the word? Neutral?
Ambivalent.
Yeah.
I see. And you know, you kind of struggle with words per my
Oh, yeah,
reading.
she sure does.
So you have the letter in front of you, and what are you trying to write down? Clyde, everyone else, you can see her doing this.
She feels even less like a human being than she did in the first place. Everything feels hollow. And Patch murdered her brother for no reason and cannot really provide a good explanation for why he did that. It's probably because. And she lost it and also defaulted to murdering somebody.
And who the fuck starts a letter like that?
Okay, you want to just start saying, I've had a horrible time lately.
Yeah, Lance would appreciate that.
Thanks, Skyrov.
Yeah.
No, that's not Skyrob. That's the internal lands that Anne visualizes now.
Like it's Ratatouille?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Lanzatui.
I found two new favorite ways to describe psychosis. Those things being like a surrealist movie and like Ratatouille.
We're gonna have to find a rat to pilot Anne as she pilots the even bigger mech.
I will say, Skyrov will actually go over to Anne and say, "What are you writing, Private?"
Letter.
To who?
Lands.
Oh, good idea. Do you know where he is in Grethley Colony?
Somewhere.
Well, I have the mailing address you'll need, so I'll get it written down for you. And he sits down and he writes it out on like a little notepad note and then rips the page out for her. There you go. You don't want to direct any mails you're sending to him here.
And continues writing. At Like Patch, she has also defaulted to murdering a guy, except in her case, the funnels were already shooting once he was on the ground. And this has caused her a great many problems since it happened. She can't really shake the feeling that, like Patch, this is just her default behavior.
You gonna ask anyone about that?
There,
Skyrov's next to you, and everyone else is still at the table.
I mean, the way Skyrov acts around her, she's not going to confide shit in him.
But you've known Clyde for a lot longer, though.
She might talk to Clyde about it. And she shelves the letter for now and goes to consult with Clyde.
Saying,
Where is Clyde anyway, right now?
oh, roughly half a meter in front of you. A little bit to the right.
Damn, that's great.
You're at the same dinner table. You're eating breakfast.
Damn, this is probably not a good dinner table conversation.
You ran out of sugar and you're eating oats with nothing in it.
Oh damn, we gotta capture sugar from the Zeons.
We gotta find a roaming lake that has sugar in it this time.
Yeah.
Goman, is that why you put that in general like days ago?
Yes.
Sugarless oat.
I
We're
thought you were
insane.
just like using Discord for a shopping list or something.
Anyways, how do you ask Clyde?
Not at breakfast. This would be after.
Alrighty. Breakfast breaks. You break your fast, you break your breakfast. So it's break, fast, I suppose. And you get Clyde as he's walking back to the office to, get back to paperwork. You have more after action reports to go through.
Paperwork, my favorite.
Yippee.
Yippee!
Is now a good time, actually?
Clyde, she
I did-
asks you this.
Yes, private? What do you need?
A long, awkward silence ensues. Goddamn, why did I play a character who is terminally unable to talk about serious shit?
Because then you had Lance to interpret for.
Oh yeah, she did have Lance to interpret for her.
Not anymore.
Come on, struggle forwards. We believe in you. Gambate, Anne.
Something bothering you about yesterday?
It all just feels hollow.
All of it?
All of it. I feel less like a person than I usually do.
Maybe maybe it's just your kind of way to try and soften the blow of everything. I know I'd be pretty broken if what happened to you happened to me.
Yeah.
If I could handle it.
The lights buzz in the silence, I assume.
Light. It's morning. It's 7.
Yeah, somebody left the lights on in the daytime.
Ooh.
Logistics be like.
Do you know how much we're gonna have to pay those guys for electricity now?
Is there a specific part of it you want to talk through?
Anne opens her mouth to speak and then closes it again.
Perhaps the bad apology from Patch.
It all just feels pointless.
When you don't know what you're fighting for it and can feel that way, yeah. There's just no point to it. You killed him for no reason. It's so pointless.
I believe you had something specific to ask, Clyde, Anne. You
No,
required
she's contemplating if she should ask Clyde. Bucket, there is too much dead space in this conversation. It's turning into one of the late Evangelion episodes. Clyde, do you know how to write letters?
A little, yeah.
I'm writing a letter to Lance.
What's it about specifically? What do you want?
Just telling him the way things have been going.
I've been considering writing a letter to him, but I don't know if I can even face him in a letter. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest, either.
Me neither.
Should probably tell him what happened with August.
Yeah.
Maybe start with you miss him.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Probably gonna have to try to work through your feelings to actually get it down on paper. What are you feeling about Patch right now?
I looked at him wriggling in the dirt after he got punched 3 times. And it all felt pointless. Like we got dragged out to wave bits of metal at each other like that would have fixed anything. It took him 3 minutes to figure out how to apologize properly.
I wouldn't even say he apologized properly. I don't know if he even understands a little bit.
I don't think he does.
Do you think the patch we knew is still in there at all?
I think Patch was always like this.
Clyde kind of flinches when she says that. Maybe he was.
It's like you said, he just defaulted. He doesn't know why he did it. I don't know why I did it either.
You had the wrong, both of you had the wrong models growing up. You didn't have a proper family. Patch was raised by a titan, and you were raised by scientists who didn't even see you as a person.
I never really did feel that way.
Someone should have been there. Someone with a modicum of humanity themselves. I hope they're all dead, all those scientists. I wish. And I don't think you should fight anymore. I think you need to find something besides it. I don't think you're gonna find your humanity if you continue to pilot. I think it's just gonna hurt you more and more.
I never was in it to find humanity.
Why do you fight then? What do you? Why?
It's the only thing I have.
Find something new. I didn't have anything but my anger until I joined the team, and after that I wanted more, but I'm not gonna find it here. But I'm not gonna leave you two. Well, I'm not gonna leave you here. I want to see you happy one day, and Lance would too, Connie as well. You can be anything you want. You don't have to be a pilot. Doesn't matter if you're not good at it at first. You just have to try.
What's the point when the next time some and Anne tries very hard to find a phrasing for this that does not like how do I put this? Okay, now I'm having trouble finding the phrasing for this. Anne tries to find a phrasing for this next part that doesn't sound racist.
Oh, that's always a good start.
Yeah, that is always a
Oh
good.
God.
What's the fuck it? I'm gonna assume that Skirov has used the term asteroid muncher in public before.
It's on his mobile suit.
Yeah. What's the point?
Remember, his nose art, in air quotes, is literally a mono-eyed mobile suit with a jaw crunching an asteroid.
Yeah. So Anne says, what's the point when some asteroid muncher it can just decide to come down and start shooting things? We're going to be stuck fighting the same war for 20 years.
You have to steal something for yourself. You can't just sit and rot in the misery like I did for years. It doesn't help.
Zeon, and then we're gonna fight this, and then we're gonna fight Neo Zeon or something, and then it's Neo Zeon. We're going to fight Jupiter Zeon or something in 5 years' time.
Maybe you should leave Earth. Maybe we should all just leave Earth. The fighting will be here. Probably. As long as the Federation government's gonna stay here, and they're gonna stay here this whole time.
I don't want to let Zeon have their way either.
And on that note, Patch,
Yes. Hi.
I was told you want to go talk to the commander before the start of the day officially.
Yeah. Patch would like to speak with Hunt.
You go to the office because you know she typically arrives there first. And there she's talking to Warrant Officer Skyrov.
He's laughing at something that was just said and kind of looks up from the paper.
Patch will stand respectfully and silently until there's a break in the conversation or he is addressed.
Morning, and Private had any time to cool off and reflect.
Yes, actually. Anyway, sort of takes a deep breath in and looks down at the ground for a second, then looks back up at her, and he looks much more composed than he did yesterday. And he's like, I have been thinking, and the past few decisions of mine have been incredibly irresponsible, reckless, and how should I put this? Wrong. And I thank all of giving me another chance, regardless of how many times I have, I suppose, made that a very difficult decision or ability. But I know, well, I know that if I, sorry, ma'am, forgive me, I'm still trying to figure out how to say all. I want to do the right thing. I want to help people. I don't like the current direction that the Federation is taking. I don't like the evil and the rot that is seeping behind all of this that I've seen. I want to do something about that, and I want to do that I want to fight for what I believe in. I want to fight for Karaba. And if you will trust me to not screw it up, what can I do to do that? I will do whatever you ask of me.
Well, actually, we were just discussing that.
Oh,
Skyra, would you like to do the honors?
Yes, ma'am. Skyrim stands up, adjusting the paperwork and his glasses, and goes, and basically goes, well, as the lieutenant commander just mentioned, Private Patch, we were discussing how to get you back up to snuff with the program, as it is in our summary that you and Anne have currently slipped through the cracks, quite significantly. Would you concur with this assessment, Private?
yes, I agree.
What would you diagnose as the core issue?
I think there has been a lot of. I think there's been a general how do I put this? Lack of camaraderie and lack of accountability from my part, and I suppose immaturity and poor communication. And this has resulted in acting impulsively and causing more problems than we are likely worth.
Well,
is
fortunately
my
for you, Karaba needs
Mm.
every pilot it can get, even dirty Zeeks like myself, right, ma'am?
Aye.
So, here's the situation, Private.
all right.
I've diagnosed that the core problem is you are still a Titan, and Titans are nothing better than thugs. No soldierly discipline, no ability to understand that they are in the wrong, and a total obsession with resolving things through violence. Unfortunately, we're in a war, so we can't exactly turn you into a pacifist right now. But what I can do is drill you until you faint, until you and Anne get back up to speed with the program. So, as of this moment, Lieutenant Commander Hunt has made bringing you two back into shape my responsibility. I'm going to be
All right.
handling you now, Private. And I'm going to show you how we do it in Zeon, in a professional military, not a band of thugs killing civilians. So, if you're ready to stop being a thug and to stop being something aimed at civilians and the weak and prisoners in disabled mobile suits, then we're going to get you out of this.
Rut.
I think that's a great word for it, ma'am. I think the other issue is, while he was by all accounts a great CO, is that your previous CO coddled you instead of breaking you out of the good old thug mindset. He put you into the warrior mindset. You're not a warrior. And we're not here to be warriors. We're here to fight for the will of the people, and we're here to do our best to ensure a democratic transition. Your mindset and your beliefs is just going to lead to Titans 2.0. So, I hope you're ready to drill until you faint.
If it's what needs to be done, then I'll do it. I'm serious. I don't want to hurt any more people. I don't want to be this anymore.
A disgusting reprobate whose only use is for terrorizing civilian populations and causing pain to your comrades? I would think not. He smiled.
Kind of clenches his jaw.
You better swallow that back down, Private.
Yes, sir.
Ah, see,
Not a sir.
Skyrov, we'll make something of him yet.
Yes, ma'am. If I may, I'll take him out right now. And he goes and puts a hand on the back of Hatch's neck.
Good luck,
All right.
Private.
Thank you, ma'am. I won't let you down. I'm not going to let anyone down ever again.
You better not. Lance's goodwill only goes so far.
I understand, ma'am.
Skyrov drags him out.
I was just about to say, Skyrov drags him out. And you know what you see, Skyrov?
Anne?
You see Anne and Clyde.
Private Anne, over here, snap.
And turns.
That wasn't a suggestion, lab rat.
And blinks. She hasn't been called Lab Rat for a long time. They are at a distance, so she moves over closer.
Sir, he nods to Clyde and then returns to Anne. So first and foremost, it's the last time you're going to let someone call you lab rat.
This is the wrong genre for there to be visible question marks above her head.
No, it
But
can
there
be
would
slapstick.
be if this. Yeah, there would be if this was more slapstick.
I don't know. We've been pretty slapstick in the past. I'll allow it.
Why do you
You
respond
will-
to lab rat more than your name, man?
Because I am what? It's an accurate description.
Incorrect. Why is it inaccurate?
Anne attempts to scrape up an answer to this and fails.
The reason it is inaccurate is because you are a soldier of Karaba and the AEUG. As a result of that, that means you are a human being. Now, if you aren't a human being and you are a lab rat, I can go right back to Lieutenant Commander Hunt and have you out of this unit and an asylum faster than you could say what? So, here's the question. Put simply, are you fit for duty?
I can fight.
I didn't ask that. Are you fit for duty?
Yes.
If I told you to get into an excavator and dig out refugees, would you be able to do it?
I would be able to.
Okay, consider this your first refugee. He shoves Patch into Anne. You
Heck.
are going to carry Patch 2 laps around the outpost. Now.
All right. She finds the.
I have a question.
She
Bridal
finds the
carry or
proper-
piggyback? Fireman.
Bridal carry.
Oh God.
She finds the proper course around the outpost and hoists Patch up and carries him
And
while.
jogs.
Yep.
you get you both get heckled as you run around, people calling you the the bridal couple.
Skyrov jogs alongside them and says, "Give a few cheers to the happy couple, huh?"
Anne has to grit her teeth at that.
What's wrong, Anne? You got something to say?
No.
Then swallow it back. You both wanted to be treated like real soldiers, right? You wanted to know what it's like to belong in the military, right? Well, welcome. No more special treatment, no more egoism. As of this moment, you are just like every other boot here. Just like me. He smiled.
That's
No more
funny.
ace pilot privileges. And you are lagging behind in your pace by approximately 0.3 seconds, he taps his watch. Pick it up, please.
Anne redoubles her efforts to carry Patch while jogging.
Patch, what is the national anthem of this shithole of a government you call the Earth Federation?
Can I
Well,
phone a friend? Because I think Patch would know that, but I don't.
there isn't a canon one. You're fine. Like, you could just say
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yes.
Well, considering you love the Federation so much based on your past events, I would like you to give a proper rendition so that you might properly inspire Private Anne on this journey.
Oh God.
I have a suggestion.
Calm down, Philippe, with that suggestion.
Patch will sing the anthem of the Federation, apparently.
Skyrov, as soon as you finish your 2 laps, we'll say, "All right, Patch, your turn. You're carrying Anne now. 2 laps, go. Anne, you better get safe."
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Anne sings the anthem of the Earth Federation fairly tonelessly. She's not a very good singer.
More passion, Anne, more passion.
She does her best, which still isn't very good.
Louder.
Cyber new types can get quite loud. I will say that and leave it to your imagination.
It's the enhanced lungs, you see.
Exactly.
Yep.
Once they finish that, guess what time it is?
Oh boy, what time is it?
30 push-ups each. Very mild start.
Anne begins pushing up against the ground and manages fairly well. It comes with the territory of how her muscles work.
Yeah, I think Patch could also handle that decently. I mean, he did go to like an officer's academy as opposed to, a super hard training, but he's not.
Then it's squats, curls,
Yeah.
sprints. And all the while, Skyrov just follows them smiling.
The hardest thing about things like squats and curls is she doesn't really do them. Her body is equal to the task, though. Again, it is one of the perks of having enhanced musculature and bones.
Patch is not complaining at all. He is taking all of it in stride, I suppose.
Also, they did make her run at the lab. They do that for a lot of the children.
Yeah, this doesn't stop is the difference. This continues. It's like a loop.
I see. A nexus, perhaps, of torment?
Actually, no, it's almost like you're rolling a boulder up a hill, like Sisyphus. You're like Sisyphus.
Oh, God. Okay.
And this is your rock.
Torment nexus.
No, you misunderstand. The point of Sisyphus is that he's doing it on purpose, because he could stop whenever he wanted to.
I see.
And after like an hour or so of this, once people are starting to get a little tired, Skyrov calls a halt. He'll stretch out for a second, and he'll go, "All right, excellently done."
Thank you.
And Patch, to celebrate your excellent performance, hug each other.
And
Alright.
awkwardly hugs Patch in a manner that is devoid of genuine feeling.
Now say, "We are first team, and we are happy."
We are first team and we are happy.
We're first team and we're happy.
And why are we happy, first team?
Because we're fighting for Karaba?
Try
Because
again.
because we're going to hang Haman Karn by the neck until she's dead?
Grim, morbid, no. The correct answer is we are happy because now that we've finished physical exercise, you all get to go to the next step of your training. You are going to help the logistics section with the delivery of parts today. Have fun unloading. We're not dismissed until the chief says you are, by the way.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a sir.
Yes.
Mr. Skyrov.
Mr. Skyro.
See, you would know that if you had been trained in a real military. But that's all right. I'm going to take the garbage training you frankly have received your entire lives. We're going to make you actual soldiers now. And not bootlicking thugs or lab rats. No more excuses. No more melodrama. No more egoism. And what happened to your brother's a tragedy. If you want to kill Patch, now's your time to say so. I have a loaded firearm.
It takes a while for her to finally say no.
Now, Patch, notice that she has yet again decided to spare you.
Yes.
What do you think that deserves, buddy?
Thank you?
And
I'm sorry.
why are you sorry, Patch? Are you sorry for being a thug? Are you sorry your dad was perhaps one of the worst human beings alive? Are you sorry for killing civilians, disappointing your old CO? making your current CO have a mental breakdown? Are you sorry for annoying me? Are you sorry for, on the first day we met, giving me the worst introduction to a unit I've ever received? Are you sorry that your hair's out of regs? Don't worry, mine's too. Are you sorry for that jacket still being one shade too close to being a Titan's jacket? Are you sorry for, I don't know, what else have you done recently that I could point to? Oh, right. What are you sorry for, Pat?
All of the above.
No, wrong answer. I couldn't give a shit about most of those. There's only one thing I give a shit about. You killed her brother. Apologize. Sincerely.
I'm sorry, Anne.
Why?
I'm sorry I killed your brother.
Private Ann, do you accept that apology?
And thinks for a moment. Accepted.
All right, it's settled. Shake hands.
Patch will
And
shake Anne's hand.
yep, and we'll also shake. It won't get in the way of our work.
This isn't work. Now then, speaking of work, you have a truck to unload. Get to it.
All right.
And then he'll look over to where he last saw Clyde, in case Clyde's been watching or hanging around.
Clyde's been watching the whole time.
Something you need, Lieutenant Harp?
Just seeing how they reacted to all that.
It's simple. We got taught this up at space. Some people just need a firm hand. It's the greatest trick of the military. It turns the smartest individuals you can think of into unthinking brutes. Like Hunt said, it's all absurdity. How have I, a 6-victory ace, making 2 aces in dozens of victories under their name, bark and jump because I have a rank and I have Hunt's authority? That's all people like them need. Unfortunately, in an ideal world, they would be dismissed from service like you want. But here's your problem, Lieutenant. You keep viewing them as your friends instead of your subordinates. If they die, it's on you. So, that's why I'm going to help you, sir. And don't worry, I take no joy in this. I, in fact, hate this, and it makes me miserable. But someone has to work around here. He smiles. Can I get you anything else, sir?
No, warrant officer.
Glad to hear it, sir. I'm going to go see how they're doing. You enjoy the rest of your day, sir. Isn't the
Clyde,
military just awful? And with that, he walks away.
Clyde, what do you think as he walks away?
It's training them to be dogs. Just for a different cause.
Unless you have anything you'd like to do, I think that's an excellent spot to stop.
Yeah, that's a good spot to stop.
I agree.
Yep.